If you're an entrepreneur, you've probably heard the buzz around one state in particular, Delaware. It's famous as the place to form a business, but let's be real, is it all just hype or is there a genuine advantage to it? Well, we're going to break it all down with the actual data.
So let's just start with a number that kind of puts everything into perspective. Over 60%. Think about that. More than 3/5 of all Fortune 500 companies are incorporated in Delaware. Yeah, that is not a coincidence. When you see the biggest, most successful companies in the world all making the same move, it really makes you ask, what is it that they know?
And all of this has created what people call the Delaware phenomenon. The state has just built this massive global reputation for being predictable, stable, and super business-friendly. And that reputation alone is like a powerful magnet for founders, especially if you're outside the US. But that leads us to this kind of loaded term, corporate haven. What does that actually mean for you?
Basically, it means Delaware is what's known as a corporate haven. Now, that term can sound a little shady, but it's really pretty straightforward. It just means it's a place with laws that are specifically designed to be really appealing to businesses. We're talking strong corporate privacy, a specialized court system just for business drama, and a legal setup that gives corporations a ton of flexibility.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty great, right? But a good reputation doesn't pay the bills. The real decision, for most of us, comes down to the bottom line. So let's get into the hard numbers. What's it actually going to cost you to set up and maintain an LLC in Delaware?
All right, first up, the one-time state filing fee. We're talking $110. That's your ticket in, your price of entry to get registered.
But hold on, it's not a one-and-done deal. Every single year, you're going to owe a $300 annual franchise tax. And that's a flat fee. Doesn't matter if you made a profit or not, it's just what you pay to stay in good standing.
And trust me, they are serious about that deadline. If you miss it, bam, you get hit with an immediate $200 penalty. It just goes to show, staying compliant in Delaware isn't really a suggestion. It's a financial must.
So let's recap the cost real quick. $110 to start, then $300 every year, with a nasty $200 penalty if you're late. So now you got to ask yourself, are the benefits really worth those recurring costs? The numbers are just one side of the coin. Let's look at the actual trade-offs.
Okay, so here's where you really see the give and take. On the plus side, a huge one is privacy. Delaware allows anonymous LLCs, which keeps the owners' names out of public records. The business-friendly laws mean you get access to a special court, the Court of Chancery, that only deals with business disputes. That makes legal stuff way more predictable. And series LLCs? That's a powerful tool that lets you create separate financial buckets under one main LLC to protect different assets. But then you look at the other side. There's that mandatory annual tax and something called a gross receipts tax, which is a tax on your total sales, not your profit. So you can see, every single advantage comes with a cost you need to think about.
Which brings us to the million-dollar question, right? With these very specific costs and these very specific benefits, who is the perfect fit for a Delaware LLC? More importantly, is it the right choice for your business?
So, here's the bottom line. Delaware is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's more like a specialized tool. It's a game changer for international founders who need a respected US address, or for startups who are planning to raise venture capital because investors often demand it. But for a small US business that just operates locally, or for a sole proprietor, that $300 annual fee and all the extra complexity, it could be a huge drain for benefits you might never even use.
All right, so whether you've decided Delaware is the right move for you or not, you gotta remember this. Picking your state is a massive first step, but believe me, it is far from the last.
Because as soon as you pick a state, a whole new wave of questions just comes crashing down on you. Like, who's going to be your registered agent? Which formation service actually gives you the best value without a bunch of hidden fees? How to even stay compliant year after year? Yeah, the decisions just keep on coming.
And this is where getting clear, unbiased information becomes so critical. It's like what StartupSole.com says here. The goal is to get the data and comparisons you need so you can confidently choose not just the right state, but also the right partners to help you build and grow your business.
At the end of the day, whether you go with Delaware, Wyoming, or even your own home state, the real power comes from making an informed choice. It's about getting past the hype and using real data to build your business on a solid foundation, feeling totally confident in every move you make.
To get the unbiased data and clear comparisons you need to build your business with total confidence, head on over to n.startupsoles.com.